Hello and welcome to RTC TV. I'm your host, Abby Malco, here with Dick Belcher today, and we are going to be taking a tour through the new expansion of First Federal Savings Bank. Currently, we're in the old portion, but Dick will be taking us through the new renovations.
Well, thank you, Abby. This is a older part, which has been completely redone. In the old building, we redone everything: new heating and cooling, new wiring, new carpeting, new paint. We paint once every 37 years. We've been in here 37 years. So.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
I get it, okay. Yes, thank you.
All right. But anyway, if we walk down this way, we'll show you some of the workstations.
Okay, that sounds great.
The petitions and panels that we had in here before were over 20 years old, so we've gotten rid of them completely, and you can see much roomier, well-lit workstations, all wired for computers and telephones, of course, and it's a much more pleasant place. We've also taken some of the population out. We had people really crammed in, so
okay.
So with the new addition, we got more office space, and so we kind of expanded it.
Okay, so same number of employees, just more space for them to work.
Kind of. We have added a few, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, that sounds good. I like this room, named the Sycamore Room, I see.
That's right, yeah, just for Indiana State people.
We love that. I'm a big fan.
We have 4 conference rooms, of which this is in the older part, but this was Jim Snyder's office, and we've made it into a conference room, and we've named each one after a university, and this is a Sycamore Room, and I thought you might like that.
I do like it. I'm glad it's our first stop. You start with the best. Is that how that goes?
Well, we'll see. All right, this is the lower level of the new part. In our new addition, we have added 6,200 square feet, 3 floors, 15 private offices, and 4 conference rooms, and a lounge. So it's given us much more space. Now, if we walk down here, I'll show you another one of the conference room.
Sounds great.
Part of the LEED certification that we have is the lights are all motion sensitive, so you can't leave the lights on. They'll stay on 4 or 5 minutes after you leave the room. But this is the Irish room, and you can see it's has seating for 8 or 10 easily. We have the TV screen, which isn't TV. We don't have Channel 4, unfortunately. But this is tied into all of our branches so that we can have a conference communication with the branches and or wherever they might be. And as I mentioned, the whole building is LEED certified, and we'll talk a little more about that later.
Okay, on to the next room.
Okay, this is the main lobby, and where our tellers are. As I mentioned before, everything has been redone as far as the decor and heating and cooling and wiring, and that was the case here. We hope it makes for a better place to work.
You would watch the show. Okay.
Well, Abby, this is a closing room primarily, although we can use it for conferences. But our loan originators, Ben Dalton and John Schaefer, are right here, close by, and quite often, or almost always, they do their loan closings in this room. And you can see it's well lit with a lot of glass, and you see the courthouse from here, and very comfortable.
Yes, very good view. And this is the 3rd of the college named rooms, correct?
You're keeping good track. You're keeping good track.
Thank you.
Well, Abby, this is one of the 15 offices that we have. This is Ben Dalton, who's one of our originators. We have about 15 originators throughout the bank in other 5 locations and here. And Ben makes a lot of loans, makes a lot of people happy, and we made him happy by giving him a nice office.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the older part of and the top floor. Everything's been redone, new office furniture, new about everything. So let's go down towards the new part.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, this is our new IT room. It used to be across the hall. There were a lot of regulations that we didn't make because of the facility. In this facility, it's all completely redone. We have fireproof for our equipment, and and a nice workspace here. So we have 3 IT people that do a great job, and I guess they're out to lunch now.
Yes, it looks like it.
Okay, Abby, another closing room or conference room, primarily conferences. We have the TV here for communication with our branches and a lot of other uses for that. It's much more convenient and economical a lot of times when you have meetings. We have 5 other locations. Rather than bring them in, it takes time and effort to get here and all of that. Much more efficient, and we think it works very well. Okay, this is the lounge. We don't spend much time lounging. However, if they want coffee or to warm something up, they can do that. And our refrigerator over here has something that I've never seen before, because I'm just a country boy from Fulton County. But you have a button there that you can push for hot water.
Really? Let's take a look.
Right there.
And you get to pick the temperature as well?
You pick the temperature you want your tea or soup to be, and boom.
That's the fanciest refrigerator I've ever seen.
Now, one of the features of this room is you need to look at our shades, which are on the outside. Those are bolted. They are not flexible, but that's part of a LEED certification, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Development, that when the sun is low, like this time of year, it shines in. In the summer, when it's higher, those shades tend to shade the sunlight out, and thus it takes less energy to cool it. So that's the way it works. I've had a lot of people comment about that, and I have told them it's a place for the pigeons, but no,
it works for both.
Okay, let's go to the last conference room.
Does this happen to be your favorite conference room?
Oh, yes. Okay, Abby, this is our 4th conference room. It happens to be called the Boilermaker Room or the Boiler Room. And for some reason or another, we just kind of pulled them out of the hat, and it just happened happened that way. Again, we have the communication here, a large 80-inch TV screen, and nice conference table. And these tables are flexible in that you can set in classroom style, or like we have it here, a conference, and the chairs are all on rollers, as are the table. And of course, all the furniture and equipment are LEED certified. In other words, they have to meet certain specifications in order to be certified. We do not have the certification yet, but we soon will.
Okay. And are there electronic outlets on the tables?
We have telephone, electric, and computer cables. That's what the little openings are on the tables.
Okay.
And you can wire them all together. So supposedly the state of the art. So
Yes, I haven't seen anything like it, so I would think so.
well, if your camera take a viewpoint of the courthouse. But anyway, we got a great view up here, and very comfortable, and we've used it a lot already. Let me just tell you a little bit about the history. Where we are right now is where we started in Joe Ewing's grocery store. And that's Mr. McCarter's grandfather.
Okay.
And he had the grocery store here before he bought the B&B store. Well, that's a little beside the point, but we operated out of that grocery store for 10 years. At First Federal, we were the first bank in town to have parking. We were the first to have drive-up back in the 60s. This is 66 and 67. Nobody had drive-up. You didn't even want to, there was no McDonald's, no place to drive up to get food.
Right.
But I thought it'd be a good idea if we had a drive-up window. So got Rochester Glass. Brownie made a window for us, and so we had the first one in town. The parking lot was gravel, and we operated it for 10 years, and then decided that we needed to expand. So that's when we started purchasing the properties directly east, and that's where the old building is and where our parking lot is. When we moved in here in 77, we had 7 employees. Currently, we have about 77 or 78. That's one of the reasons we had to build on and make things a little more comfortable. I should point out also that we asked for no tax abatement, no property tax abatement. We believe in paying our taxes, paying our fair share, paying our way. And when we did our Mishawaka branch, which is LEED certified, we did that about 5 years ago. We did the same thing there. We did not ask for tax abatement. And at the ribbon cutting, when we opened it, the mayor of Mishawaka was there, and he thanked us for not asking for tax abatement. So
That's great.
So anyway, we have never asked for tax abatement. We pay our taxes. So the community in Rochester and Fulton County has been extremely generous and friendly to us since 1966. However, I think we filled a gap that was there, and we've always had really good people. And we've always said, the competition basically offers the same services that we do. We just think we do it better, and electronically we're better. And we can do anything the so-called big banks, the Chase, or whatever that might be. Yes. So currently we have about 140 total employees throughout our 5 branches that we have, which are Winnemac and Bremen and Plymouth and Elkhart and Mishawaka.
And so you said back before all the expansions happened, you were working out of a grocery store. Would you ever have imagined that you would have a refrigerator that made hot water and tables with electronic outlets?
No. But we've always tried to look way down the road, and a lot of things that we did in this building, maybe we won't use them for 10 years or 5 years, but we're looking at the future.
Yes, absolutely. And earlier you were talking about LEED certification, and you said you hadn't had it yet, but you will be getting it in the future. So is there more things that need to be added to the bank to make it LEED certified, or is there just a process that needs to go through?
It's a process, a lot of red tape. Our architect and our contractor takes care of that. I just got an email yesterday from the architect wanting some money. You got to pay these fees, so I know they're working on it. So, and I just comment on some other new facilities that we have in town that I've been connected with, and that's the new addition to the hospital. That's LEED certified. The Learning Center at the high school and in the school system there, that's LEED certified. And a lot of people will question, well, the rule of thumb used to be in building, if you built LEED, it was 10% more. Now it's a lot less because the industry and manufacturers have gotten much more accustomed to, they know what LEED is, the architects know what it is, and know how to do it. Our new heating and cooling system in the old part is much more efficient, but in the new part, which I failed to mention that, in every room has its own heating and cooling. So, and it's much more efficient than other types. So if you're in there, you're hot, you turn it down, you're cold, you turn it up. So it's a really good system and environmentally correct.
Yes, and so that's the whole point with LEED certified. A lot of people hear it nowadays going green and things like that. So just a lot of adjustments like the blinds that help to keep the sun out. There's just a lot of adjustments that you made, not only in the new expansion, but also in the older part of the bank that makes it LEED certified. Is that correct?
That's correct. A part of LEED certification, as I look at it, is to bring an awareness to the public about environment. This is our environment. Are we going to take care of it? How is the best way to do it? Cutting energy, increasing efficiency, doing away with a lot of things that waste, and that's what we've tried to do.
Yes, and I know that there was an open house tour a while ago with people being able to tour the new part of the bank. What's the feedback that you've gotten from the new expansion?
Well, we fed them, so they're going to be in good. They were in good mood.
Absolutely.
No, we got lots of really positive. Yeah, if you go visit your Aunt Martha and say, well, how do you like my house? You're going to say, well, I like it.
That's true.
No, it was very positive. We had over probably 250 people through.
That's great.
And it was fun.
Great. Well, thank you for the tour. Are there any more things you would like to add?
I think not. Dina, do you have anything? Okay. Dina Gottschalk, she's helps us in marketing and kind of leads me around and takes care of me. So
well, that's great.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Abby and Chris, for coming down today and let us show you a little bit about First Federal.
Yes, thank you.
I'm excited about the future. A lot of people say in banking, oh, the small community banks are doomed. That's not going to happen. And I'll tell you a quick story. Several years ago, I got a phone call from my wife, and which she hardly ever would call. And I said, what do you need? Well, I was watching the Today Show, and they said in a few years there would only be 4 banks left in the U.S. Who are the other 3? Oh. She had confidence.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's why she's your wife, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you for the tour. Thank you for everything you do for the community and with First Federal Bank. We appreciate everything and love the new expansion, and thank you for the tour.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Chris.
And thank you for watching. This has been a tour of the new expansion of First Federal Savings Bank with Dick Belcher. I'm your host, Abby Malco. Thank you for watching.